All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dragging Show. I'm gonna just tell you what it is for real right now. Okay. Okay. This is Integrity Leadership Call. We are in the book Think and Grow Rich. Whatever version you have, it is okay. All right. Whatever version you have. That's it. There you go. You see Mr. Phil, you see mine, you see Deanna's. Listen, today it is dragging season. Today is a dragging day. I'm gonna just tell you, just be ready, be prepared. Just, be open and receptive. Do not close yourself up. Once you hear a statement that pertains to you, just say ouch and keep going. Okay. Ouch. I needed to hear that. Thank you for sharing and keep it moving. Okay. Because all of us, we about to get it. Hey, it's okay. I am looking forward to this. Amen. Let me send it over to the person. Let me send it over to the person who will be teaching us on this day. All right. Sunshine and rainbow. She always has a bright personality. Everything shines when she smiles all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Deanna Mitchell.
Oh, right. Thank you, Miss Grace. Thank you. I'm not going to, well, I don't know.
You see, you had to stop yourself? Yeah, go ahead.
But today we're talking about the third step to riches, which is principle number 3. And it's auto-suggestion. So I'm going to start this evening off with the first line, or the first 2 sentences, so you can understand what auto-suggestion is. I'm in my book, if you know, I have my little notes right here. It says most important chapter, and I put a note and I put stars around it and I underlined it. It says what you will or will not tolerate. That is your auto suggestion. That is what's in your auto suggestion.
So and the two keywords for Leo is I will.
All right. So Leo's, what you will and will not tolerate. So the first 2 lines of auto-suggestion is auto-suggestion is a term that applies to all suggestions and all self-administered stimuli that reach one's mind through the 5 senses: taste, touch, smell, hear, and see. Stated in another way, auto-suggestion is self-suggestion. This is how the subconscious mind can be put to work for us. So let me tell you something. When it comes to your auto-suggestion, you feed your auto-suggestion. You've been doing it since you were a child. It is the faculty of being able to concentrate your mind on your burning desire until your subconscious mind accepts it as fact and begins to devise ways of bringing it about. Let me give you an example. You are a child and somebody hurt your feelings. And first off, you're like, okay, you know what? Because in your auto-suggestion, you're a kid. So, it's no worries. Brush it off. Forgive them. Let's go play. Then they do it again. You're like, you know what? It's okay. I'll brush it off. We still friends. Let's go play in the sandbox. Then they do it again. And this is when you go, so what I will not do again is you doing that to me. I will never allow that again. But what we don't realize is once we say that and we keep telling ourselves what we will never allow again, that becomes a rule that we live by. That becomes a Bible verse in the Bible of our lives that we have written within ourselves. Your auto-suggestion then begins to form who you are. So everything in your head that you put into your auto-suggestion, it becomes, you know what? You knew. And I love you. You my brother, and I love you. You my sister, and I love you. You my mama, my daddy, whoever it is. You my boyfriend, my girlfriend, and I love you. But I told myself a long time ago what I will not do. And you tapping on that right now. So what we're not going to do is tap on that. But then you have the other aspect of your auto-suggestion. I will always love. I will always forgive. You know what? You did that, but I will always forgive that. You hurt me, but I will always forgive. So you begin to develop in your subconscious mind, no matter what, I will always do this, or I will always do that. So I'm going to go back to the first line. Auto-suggestion is a term that applies to all suggestions and all self-administered stimuli that reach one's mind through the five senses. Excuse me, it was going to come out eventually. Touch. So when you touch something and it hurts you, you put into your subconscious, I will never touch that again. When you taste something and you don't like it, I will never eat that again. When you smell something and you don't like it, so what we're not going to do is experience that smell ever again. Touch, taste, smell. When you hear something, same thing. And when you see something, and it works both ways. You want to know why I love spaghetti so much? Because I love the taste of it. So in my auto-suggestion, every time I go to an Italian restaurant or any restaurant that serves any type of pasta, not just spaghetti, but pasta, I know it's going to be good. Because in my auto-suggestion, I told myself long ago, all pasta is good. Spaghetti, tuna casserole, all of that. Your auto-suggestion.
Deanna, I got a question, because if I don't like red sauce, that's why I'm offended the second that they say, let's go to like the Italian place, because I don't like it. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Because your auto-suggestion, you've said, I don't like red sauce. So whenever I see red sauce, I'm automatically going to reject it. That's your auto-suggestion. It comes from smells. If you experience something horrible in your life and there's a smell attached to it, every time you smell that smell, you're going to reject whatever is in that area. If there's a song playing on the radio and you're going through something, every time you hear that song, it's going to replay. And you're going to either change the station or leave the station on, depending on the experience you were feeling at the time. See, your auto-suggestion does not discriminate. Just like thoughts plus emotion equals creation, your auto-suggestion is the same way. See, you may think you want something, but if your dominant thought is I don't like this, and you put the emotion behind the dominant thought of I don't like instead of this is what I want, or this is what I desire, then you start creating more of what you don't like. Your auto-suggestion is the same way. If you put emotion behind anything, you start feeding your auto-suggestion. And once your auto-suggestion has picked up on that and has accepted it, the self-suggestion that you've given yourself, the self-administered stimuli, then that is what's going to stick. Think about your childhood traumas. There is something that happened to you that stuck within you, and you self-administered a certain stimuli attached to that. So now your self-suggestion is that's never going to happen again. Or I loved it so much, I'm going to do it all the time. Your auto-suggestion will kill you or bring you to life. So I'm going to open it up to everyone. From what I've just read, what are your thoughts on this? And while we're having this conversation, I want you to go back and I want you to think about the times that you have told yourself, I will never, or I will always. Go back to those moments. because we have a course called Retraining Your Subconscious Mind for a reason. You are who you are today because of the auto suggestion that you created over the years. But how has that been working for you? Antonio tells us all the time, when we say, well, I've been doing it for years, he says, so how's that been working for you? Then he recommends a book to us all the time, or he'll always say this quote, what got you here won't get you there. So while you're listening to this, I want you to think about everything you've ever told yourself. I will never, or I will always. Think about how far it's gotten you, but also think about how far you haven't gotten because you've held on to that. See, I was reading another book and I'm trying to remember the name of it. Hold on. It's called The Four Agreements. And in The Four Agreements, it tells you.
Great book. Great book.
Right? Look at that. Well, it tells you that you've agreed on some things throughout your life. You've put those agreements into your auto-suggestion. And when you heard me earlier, you've created your own Bible within yourself that these agreements have gone into. You have gone into contract with yourself and you have told yourself, okay, self, from here on out, because I don't like how this feels or I love how this feels, this is what we're going to do all the time. So go ahead and write this down, put it in your memory bank, make it a verse in our Bible, and this is what we're going to live by. That Bible is your auto-suggestion. That Bible within you are the several verses that you've told yourself over and over again throughout life that you've just built on top of. Because once you tell yourself, I'll never do this ever again, somebody's going to come along and do that and more. And you're going to tell yourself, you know what, I told myself I would never do that again. And you just helped me out because what you just did, I will never let anybody else do to me again. And there you go. Add on another Bible verse. I will not, thou shalt not, you will not. But on the other side of that tablet, you have, I love to, I will always, and you will always. It goes both ways. See, we have a tendency to think that it only works with the stuff that we say. No, it works with the stuff that you feel too. And this is why we're so powerful. Because we create every day. But it starts within your mind, within your subconscious. Your subconscious is where your hunches come from. The sudden flashes of thought or inspiration, where your guidance comes from. Because the moment somebody triggers you, you get that hunch. Oh, wait a minute, this don't feel right. Once somebody triggers you, you get the inspiration of, ooh, let me figure out how we can do more of this so I can trigger more of this. Or you're doing something and a smell hits you. And you're like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't go that way. Or, man, that smells good. It smells like home. This is a welcome place. It guides you to comfort. It guides you to discomfort. So your auto-suggestion is something so powerful, where if you're not feeding it with the right mentality, with the right motives, you'll consistently live a life of destruction. So we have to be careful when it comes to our auto-suggestion. Now, I want to disclaimer this at this moment. We are 13 minutes in. I mean, sorry, my math is way off. 18 minutes in. I was short 5 minutes. Y'all just bear with me. We're 18 minutes in, and I want to disclaimer you. I'm not telling you anything that I have not been through, done, currently doing, experiencing, or working through. So I'm talking to you from a place of personal experience, not because I've read the book and I'm the master of it all. No. I am in recovery from a horrible autosuggestion. So understand, I'm coming to you from a personal place. And Antonio tells us all the time, you have mastered it when you can teach it. So I asked you to do something while we were talking. I asked you to, one, as we're talking, think of every time you've told yourself, I will never. And I asked you to think about all the times you said, I will always. So I'm going to open it up at this point before we go any deeper. Who has remembered the times where you've told yourself, you know what, I'll never do that again. And you have possibly missed out on amazing opportunities because your subconscious, your auto-suggestion was like, you fool, don't do that.
I'm going through that right now. You know what I never told myself I would never do? I would never sell anything. I would never sell anything again. And I volunteered to be on the sales team of the ATS. And it was one of the biggest things that I realized that I told myself that I would never do this shit again. Not to the point, it's different. So I volunteered for the ATS because it's something that is needed. But at one time, like I'm those people that used to sell the stuff out the bag and all that kind of stuff, you know, when you're in the nail salon and the hair salon and just looking for the impulse of the impulses. And, you know, that if y'all ever realize it, I'm the impulser. So like, I'm the one in the back of the shop that he's showing the soaps to, but I'm so excited about these soaps that you in the front booth and need to know what soap it is. And you want 2 of them too. I'm her. So I had made a promise to myself that I would not lie to people into doing what I needed them to do with my suggestions so that I could eat for good and be great. So I can honestly say that right there, I've been eating and looking at myself, and it's a difference because I'm not selling anything, but I did make a promise a long time ago that it didn't matter what I did in life, I would never sell anyone anything again, or they needed to have it in order for me to eat.
Y'all, mute your mics and applaud that.
Woo!
You worked straight through the auto
That's what's up.
Come on, Miss Adrian.
That is so what's up.
You worked through an auto suggestion. Because you subconsciously understood, which is something that you've been putting in your mind that you don't know you've been doing, that what got you here won't get you there.
And y'all do know that today is still 21. And that is another suggestion that I said on the other side, because I said that would always be something. I would always be there. I would always be that support. I would always be the need. I would always show up. If he called, I would be there better than any and everything. I'd be damned. But like I said, today is my 21. So I'm a babe on that one. But yeah, that was another one that I said, because there was never a way. That's why I said like 3 days ago, I was about to make my phone call like, yo, you good? Because you know, we on 21 days, and after 21, I don't need to have you no more. And then I thought about it. I said, well, damn, that would be messed up if I had to give that call to say that. Just grab that and maybe take your 21 and go ahead and keep walking, honey, because you should have did it 21 years ago, you know. But so that's my both sides. There you go.
Well, see, both sides. Thank you very much, Miss Adrian, for your transparency. Thank you very much. I do also want to let everyone this is a safe place. There's a reason why it's called the Integrity Leadership class. This is a place where if you need to break down, have a breakthrough, cry about it, be transparent, but be yourself. Because there's no growth and no learning in not being transparent. Trust me, I've been doing this class for years. This is my first year ever teaching it. Never thought I would teach it, but here I am. And again, I'm in recovery from a horrible
You're doing damn good, I must say, though. You're doing damn good. You're dragging us very nicely. With a smile, y'all. With a smile.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And trust and believe, I'm dragging myself. I have notes all over this page because when it comes to your auto suggestion, guess what else? You have influences. You have people that have influenced your auto suggestion. And I wrote here, what have been my influences? My parents, my friends, and my community. Because your parents can do things and you be like, well, I'll never, or I will always. Your friends can influence your auto suggestion because you can have a friend that come along and you be like, you know what? You ain't no friend. I will never deal with somebody like you ever again. Or you can have that friend come along. You know what? You are how a friend is supposed to be. You have influenced me for the better, and I will always, always treat people how you treat me because you have been the best friend to me. Influence, all in your auto suggestion, they feed things. When you're having your conversation with your girl, look, girl, you don't need to be, or girl, go do it. Those are auto suggestions. Those are influences. And then your community. You can grow up in a community where everything is possible. Guess what that puts into your auto suggestion? There's nothing I can or cannot do, period. But then you have the communities that you grow up in where it's like you're only limited to either death, prison, or streets. So in your auto suggestion, this is the only thing I have to look forward to because you don't see anything else. I grew up completely different from Antonio. I tell people all the time, I grew up on the sunny side of Galveston with the picket fences and the dogs and the grandmas and the grandpas leaving the front door open. The ones that yell out, say, hey, close my front door because you air conditioning everybody, but they don't ever lock it. That's the side I grew up on. Antonio grew up in the trash can. It's amazing how a community can change with just a walk across the street. And how that walk across the street can completely switch your auto suggestion. I grew up differently than Grace. I grew up differently than Tempest. We have different experiences with different auto suggestions because of the communities we grew up in. Grace has gone to the same church her entire life. I have been to 4 different churches in my entire life. Tempest grew up in Houston. The only thing I know about Houston is all the clubs I went to, all the friends I hung out with, and all the places I used to eat. So I don't know Houston like she knows Houston. I don't know how it feels to watch my community be torn down and be gentrified. I grew up in a community. The schools I went to were mixed. I didn't go to a dominantly Black school. And when I did, it was a culture shock. And I was a culture shock to them. Because when I tell you I was with the band geeks, I was with the jocks, I was with the goths, I was with the choir geeks, and I was with the outers, the ones that they just out there. I had a friend in every group.
Those are the ones with the black jackets. They the Columbine kids, we call them.
See?
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit older than y'all, but that's what we call.
But no, I had friends who walked around questionable because they was always wearing black jackets. It could be 125 degrees outside and they were walking to school with a trench coat on. And they were my friends. I was also with the theater geeks. So I was a culture shock to people. And then I went to a place that was a culture shock to me because of my community. So what do you think that did to my auto suggestion? I grew up with everybody being equal. Whereas Tempest and Antonio grew up, it's only one fight. And that's to survive. Everything was given to me. They had to fight for it.
Reaching on today.
You was in my house for real. I swear to goodness, girl. Cause then I went to the black college. That's where I met my black people was at school. So I was in my teens. Think about it. Yeah. They look at us like we crazy, but you right about that fight, child. They go on, keep going, keep going.
Perfect example. Two people growing up in the same household would do two different types of auto suggestions. For me, I grew up with mixed community. My brother grew up in an all-white community. So he went from an all-white community to an HBU. He went from Clear Lake High School to Tuskegee University. He was culture shocked. Thank you, Grace. HBC, I apologize, y'all. I knew it was a historically Black university. I just got the college part. I apologize. Let me get it straight, my people.
Come on, baby girl. We was with you. We ain't telling nobody it was a college, no way. Go on with stuff. That's why they universities. Go on.
But imagine that. Imagine your brothers and sisters, two different personalities, two different auto suggestions. The thing was, in my home, the auto suggestion was different because I was the kid who everything came easily for. My brother was the one who had to study for everything. So can you imagine the auto suggestion, the conversations, the inner thoughts that he had versus the inner thoughts that I had? Your auto suggestion is so strong. Well, it will turn you away from a multi-million-dollar deal because you've told yourself over and over again, I'm not good enough for this. Because as a kid, you got turned away. You didn't get picked for the kickball team. You didn't get picked for the baseball team or the basketball team because you weren't good enough. So when something amazing comes into your life, when you get an amazing opportunity to do something, you tell yourself, I'm not good enough. So you miss out on the multi-million-dollar deals. You miss out on the mentor that teaches you how to make the multi-million. You miss out on so much because your auto suggestion told you, I'm not good enough for him. I'm not good enough for her. I'm not good enough for this place. But then you have those who have the auto suggestion of, I belong wherever I go. This deal is my deal. I belong in this room. I belong in this city. Because what you're not going to do, remember the auto suggestion, is
See,
tell
that's
me, go
that's
ahead.
that's the funny thing about me, though. I had two sides of my story. I was in a home with my mother and my mother's side of the family where I was the superstar. I was on I was in actually the newspaper. I was, top of my class. I was a debate champion. I had trophies everywhere. I was this and that. And then I would go to the summer with my dad's family, and there were two Ashleys. And had to be the Black Ashley, the big Ashley, the everything negative that you would think of the opposite of. It was always, I got the other end of the stick of that. And I never even knew at some point that it actually bothered me. My husband at the point, I was like, babe, that really bothers you, does? It's like, I didn't even realize it bothered me, and even the fact that it's a total opposite of, and even to the point in 2020, I didn't even identify as anything but Ashley. And so when 2020 happened, and for some reason, all that negativity of being Black or white just really upward with the killing here in Houston, with the guy from Houston, and all that going on, it just seemed like it uproared everything, even at work and working for the bank, where I was in investments, never had to work with the, general public for the most sake. Most of the times it was appointments. In this environment in COVID, everyone was doing everything. And it was like, this is weird. And so I interact with the majority of clients and not just the high-end clients. And in that time, I think I had the very first time I felt like a Black person. like I felt Black. And I was like, in a negative sense, you know, I've always been a proud person of who I am, and I wouldn't choose any other, even with the negative code, you know, negative thoughts behind it that they see in the community and things of that sort. But in that moment, I felt like, wow, you know, the response that I got from someone that didn't look like me and how they treated me, it was just like, woo. And just to even call me out of my name and not even know who I was, not even know my background, but just judge me based on the color of my skin, not to see my whole face, not to see my integrity, not to hear who I was, not to get to know me. At that point, honestly, I was done, you know, and actually being able to serve someone who did not love me. And I chose at that time, I will not serve anything that does not love me or does not benefit me or my family, period.
So
And that's what I had to go.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no. Go
talk
ahead.
to
Go
me,
ahead.
D.
No, keep going.
I
Keep
wanted to
going.
love on that
No,
because that was,
that was pretty much the end of that. Honestly, it was just that understanding. Because I'm so, like you said, we have a lot in common. I swear you reflected the crap out of me. It's like, well, it's like we look in the mirror, it's like, hey, girl. Anyway, but you know, my background of going to one of the schools that are known for so much heritage, and that's why it was odd to me for someone that to even respond to me that way. It was like shocking, like what? This is not my cousins in the summertime calling me Big Black Ashley. This is a professional setting, and why are they treating me this way? It was like a shocker. I had been in so many environments where I was respected. Of course, you know, you're the oddball all just by what you look like, but to be treated odd, like it was shocking. And it really literally changed my life. And I know for some that it wasn't 30 something that they had that moment. You know, they had it all their lives. But I actually chose not to have it, I believe. And I guess this is the time that I actually paid attention to it. And that hurt.
Because in your auto suggestion, you told yourself something as you were growing up. You just said you were two different people in your family, in your community. So what do you think you put into your auto suggestion? What thoughts do you think you kept telling yourself that eventually solidified into your auto suggestion? Because I can tell you what mine were. I can be myself with my daddy family. I don't exist with my mama family. I don't get invited to events on my mama's side of the family. My auntie just had a 50th birthday celebration. Asked me if I knew about it and asked me how I found out about it. I didn't know about it, and I found out about it from a Facebook post.
oh, I was gonna say, did your brother go?
No.
Sound very familiar.
But with you saying that, Miss Adrian, he's been to all the family gatherings on my mama's side.
I was trying to figure out if you was in Philly right now, because that's why I'm like, it's the three of us, y'all. We the three amigos right now, because I'm like, you talking to me right now.
But on my daddy's side, they know my business. When I say they know my business, they know my personal and my business, because I can be myself. I can be Deanna. But where did that come from? What thoughts was I telling myself that solidified that into my auto suggestion that I don't exist on my mama's side of the family, but I'm at home on my daddy's side of the family? See, these are the things you have to think about. Because as I've grown up, I realized that my auto suggestion stopped me. I allowed it to stop me from building a relationship with my mama's side of the family. And I know what thoughts I was thinking that created that. My mama tells my family everything. So no matter what I do, the only view of them that they have, the only view of me that they have is from what my mama tell them. So why should I even bother even showing up? And that energy got pushed out to where I don't even get invited to events. And when I do get invited, it's like 2 hours before they start. And I'm on the other side, and I'm on the other side of the city, where it's going to take me 4 hours to get there because I still have 2 more hours to work. And by the time I get off of work, get dressed, get the kids situated, by the time I get there, y'all gonna be done. But it's because of the thoughts that I told myself that went into my auto suggestion, the verses in my personal Bible that I wrote for myself that caused that issue. See, we always think it's somebody else. You heard what I said. They gonna listen to whatever my mama tell them. So their view of me is my mama's view of me. So I shouldn't even show up at all. But when I actually do show up, guess what happened? How you been? What you been up to? How's the business going? Oh, and I'm caught off guard because they actually see me. But the only reason they see me is because I showed up. But when I don't show up to me, I can't show up to them. But my auto suggestion tells me ain't no point in even showing up because they ain't gonna see you anyway.
Well, I showed up. My family's still full of shit, but I love them. I let that go a long time ago. The main thing
Keep
is
showing up, baby. Keep showing up. So
I
shit,
stopped
keep
calling
showing up. They'll
Ashley.
get it.
I stopped calling the other Ashley Ashlie because her name is spelled with an Lie. So that was a graduation, and we are actually really
Congratulations.
Not ask
we
lie.
have a much better relationship now, gratefully so.
But
But
that's
I didn't
actually
realize that
good.
was really holding over
Ashley,
me, just those
Ashlie.
things that bothered me. But you're right. It is good to, like you said, allow people to get to know you, because you will push them away. You don't have to say anything. The energy will push people away. And you're right. Because now I have a cousin who calls and check on me all the time. One of them, the one is not full of shit. She called and
We all
check
have
on
those
me.
in our family. It's
And,
okay.
and make sure I'm okay. And she allows me to still feel a part of that family. But beyond that, I do totally understand what you mean about that. Like I call you about 2-3 hours before. Like I did invite you. Like, no, you did. You've been planning this for 3 months, but it's cool. I love you too. So honestly, just that for me is graduation, that I'll be like, you know what, if I can make it, I can make it. If not, I will. And I love y'all too, with y'all crazy self.
So one of the things I started doing, Ashley, which may help, because again, see, I can't say my family's full of shit because I'm the one who put the energy out there. So what I've started doing is, you know what? I'm just going to randomly call them or text them just to say, how are you? And I've noticed that has shifted the relationships because I actually converse with some of them now. Like it's more than just a, hey, how you doing? Just checking out. All right, love you, bye. Sometimes it's a, so how you doing? Oh, I'm doing great. How the kids? Kids doing good. So how's little man? Little man's doing great. It's an actual conversation taking place. See, the thing with auto suggestion is, and it's in the book, we still on page 1 of auto suggestion. No thought, whether it is negative or positive, can enter into the subconscious mind without the aid of the principle of autosuggestion. Go ahead, Tempest, go ahead.
Okay, so Antonio says this line, and it used to piss me off in the beginning when I first heard it, is that, you know, you don't get in life what you want, you get who you are. And I didn't like that at first because I was like, this is not who I am, you know? I'm awesome. I want the awesome things in life. But started paying attention, right? Saying affirmations in the morning, but living the opposite life of the affirmations. Because I was speaking things into existence, but they were falling on rocky soil. So nothing got planted, nothing got rooted because I was just saying things. But my auto suggestion said, no, you don't deserve that money. You don't deserve that love. You don't deserve that happiness. You don't deserve to forgive yourself. So I got in life broke, negative bank accounts, lack of love, not forgiving myself. And I kept hitting the same cycles over and over again. But I'm speaking it in the morning because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to speak life into your, you're supposed to speak life. Yeah, but you got to believe that shit too. Otherwise, you just talking to yourself. And my grandma used to say, if you talk to yourself, you should get a check for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking, saying stuff because it sounds good, or because so-and-so got on YouTube and say, speak affirmations. Okay, Lisa, no problem. Let me speak these affirmations, but I'm not believing it. So what's the point? Because my auto suggestion is so screwed up. And I love y'all. But it's why our prayers don't get answered. Because we're praying for stuff, but we ain't got no faith in those prayers. We don't believe in what we're asking God to do. So why would he move heaven and hell on our behalf if we don't believe in the things that we're asking for? Why should he spin something up into existence for you to say, oh, I got it by accident? Oh, it just so happened to be that way. Or when it doesn't happen, well, I knew God wasn't going to do that. You see, that's why I don't go to church. That's why I don't give to the preacher. That's why. No, it's you, sis. It's you, bruh. Because you choose not to believe in what you say you believe in. Because you have this negative conversation up here because you know everything, right? Oh, I'm asking for this, but there is no way for it to happen. So God is like, okay, if you really believe, if you're going to waste your time asking me for something, but then go and say, well, it ain't going to happen, guess what? It ain't going to happen for you. Those affirmations, I love them. They sound great. But if you're not applying it, if you're not working towards it, you just talking. Antonio had us listening to it's Bob Proctor and it's a lady, Magnet to Money. And she's singing this song over and over again. And I had it in my car. I was blasting it because I need some more money. But as soon as the song ended, my brain said, yeah, that happened for white people. That don't happen for us. So guess who was without the money? Me, my Black self was without the money because I said it, so it had to be true in my reality. And everywhere I looked, what I said up here was happening in my reality. Until I changed it up here, nothing changed in my life. Until I worked on my auto suggestion, and it's ironic, but not really, why retraining your subconscious mind and overcoming low self-esteem are always the two most watched courses in this university. Because we're begging, we're so thirsty for change, right? We see something, oh yeah, this course is gonna help me. But when the course says you got to do some work, we don't do it. I sat in the classes, live recording, me, Deanna, Grace, the only three left, as they say. We sat in the classes while it was recording, being participants. Guess how long it took for our subconscious to get retrained? Guess how long it took for us to overcome low self-esteem, only to go to a new level in life and have to retrain our subconscious again. Have to overcome some more low self-esteem. Only for us to go to a new level, for us to have to retrain our subconscious.
That's what
for
that
us
is.
to have to overcome our low the because the more we grew, the we limit ourselves, right? I don't know this limit. I don't know this air. I don't know this mountaintop. So I don't feel like I should be here, or my brain can't handle this new level of awareness. So guess what? I got to redo the work. And I got to keep redoing the work. And I got to keep redoing the work. It's why I've been in this freaking leadership class for like 6, 7, 8 years now, going through the same books, learning new lessons every year, because I'm growing and I want to get past these books. But the lessons, I ain't caught the lesson for this season. I hate this book. I love it, but I hate it.
I want you to know you have caught your lesson right now.
I've caught my lesson right now.
New level, new devil. New level, new devil. Keep slaying, keep growing, keep slaying. But what you saying is new level, new devil. It's coming. And you keep fighting and keep teaching, because y'all is really, y'all kicking and I wish I'm trying to get my camera to turn on. Shit.
I wanted
But
to
it
say,
takes work, y'all. It takes. I have thrown this book across the room for years. It takes work. Still thinking and trying to grow. Well, not trying, thinking and grow rich years later. I hate this book because it slaps me in my face every time. This short chapter, auto suggestion, it is the shortest chapter in the book, but it punches me in the face every time I read it because my auto suggestion is trash every time I grow. Because I have to remind myself I deserve it. And if I don't feel like I deserve it, I still deserve it. Even if Antonio said we're gonna go make $1 billion today. Well, guess what? You are my stream of income. So I got to either jump on board or be broke. It takes work. It takes constant work. I don't get to take the course one time. I don't get to read the book one time. I don't get to speak one affirmation and get mad because my life didn't change. I don't get to pray one time and go back to my old ways and blame God for my same life. I got to grow. We got to go. We got to grow. Next year, next July 22nd, I don't want to be talking about this. I want to talk about something higher because I got to go and I got to grow. And so do you. We don't have time. Y'all want to save lives. Y'all want y'all businesses to grow. You got to catch this lesson today so you can be ready. Because if not, the day is going to change, but you're going to be the same person. I know people, Deanna and Grace know them too, who started out with us. Oh, we're going to change the world together. And they fell off. And guess what they doing? The same stuff that they was doing 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, because they chose to look the part, but not be the part. And they auto-suggestion got them in the same spot that they were trying to get out of years ago. Don't be an example, because I have no problem using you as one. Don't be an example. Grow so we can move on to a new book, okay? Because I am tired of this book. I'm tired of this book. But the lessons are necessary. The lessons are necessary. If I'm not growing, if I haven't thought and got rich, then I ain't learned the lesson. And since y'all are here, y'all ain't learned the lesson either. So let's get it, okay? Because I'm tired of this book. I'm tired of this book. But you're gonna have to do the work. It's not just showing up on Thursdays. You got to do it Sunday through Saturday. No days off, or it shows up in your harvest.
and that's fact. That's fact that, okay.
You go ahead, Miss Sandra.
She's in wild right now because you just did an Antonio on her and she never really seen you do the Antonio. So as she wants to say what she's
Oh,
thinking,
I've
oh
seen
God.
her. I've seen her do her thing. That's one of the things that has kept me here, grabbing hold of what I need to get further. It's like, okay, y'all bear with me. Okay. So my life has been very, very different. And as a child, I know y'all know some of it, but going forward from that, my life was still crazy. The black sheep of the family, although the hero of the family, which is crazy, but that's how it was. Protecting my sisters and all of that stuff. My mom. Then after my father passed, it's just been really, really crazy. So get into the married states of where you believe that the man is supposed to be treated like he's supposed to be treated. You know, he's supposed to be honored. He's supposed to be the head. And you give that to them, and then they break you because you're believing in them, but they're not believing in them. So that makes you like, okay, well, I'm not going to believe in you. There was a time that I didn't want to hear nothing a man had to say because everything they said was a lie. And it might not have been a lie when they said it, but it was going to be a lie when they finished saying it, if that makes sense.
That was your auto suggestion, which then ended up letting it become the lie because that's what you thought that it was going to be. That's what they mean by auto suggestion. That's what that was.
But whatever their auto suggestion was, with them being true to who I was saying they were, their auto suggestion wasn't working because then it became a fight, if that makes sense. Because I'm still going to believe that you are who you say you are until you force me to believe that you're not that person. So now when you prove that you're not that person, I have no other choice than to believe that you're lying. So now I believe that you're lying, and that's what I expect you to be doing, is to be lying. And now I want you out of my life, period. Because you're dragging me down with the drama, and I don't do drama. So for me to tell myself that I'm better than this, and this is because I already know that I am, only because I have seen too much where I've had to step in and be the one that said, okay, no, that's not going to happen. You're not going to jump her. No, you're not going to beat them up. No, you're not going to. Let me tell y'all, when I got married at 17 and a half, that marriage, I started getting my tail whooped. I had no clue that that was going to happen ever in my entire life. I expected what I believed marriage was, and that was to be honored, respect, chasteness, all that stuff. But it was like a rude awakening. I didn't get that. I didn't ask for that. That's not even what I thought would happen. But it turned flip side. I'm running for my life and all kind of crap. So to get past that was like a rude awakening, because that's not what I expected. However, now, standing where I am today, dealing with all the stuff that has okay. So believe in the people. And I know that it always comes back to the ATS family because it's true. And y'all are my family. I believe what you say. And regardless of what's happening, I know and see my growth. Like what I was saying about listening to the classes
Take your time, Miss Sandra.
I have had okay. I have had so many breakthroughs. It's like so freaking amazing. It's like having anything that you can have in your life that can make you so happy to have a breakthrough. It's past. Oh my God. Anyway, it's the first time. And I can't even remember when I can truly say that I believe what someone is saying. And it's like, I honestly, when I'm telling myself that, it feels so good because it's not just outward talk. It's not just make believe. I don't listen to y'all because I think everybody looks cute. Everybody wear their nice hair, nails done nice. That's not why, because it makes a difference in my life. And sometimes I can't hold some of the classes that I have to go through them more than 2 or 3 times because it's not grabbing, but it's like I have to have this. It's like food for me. It's like
We love you, Miss Sandra. We happy you here.
Yes, we really do. And we need you to come through because you ain't the only one, baby. Trust
No,
me,
you're
they all
not.
listen, we done all did this because I know that one the subconscious mind and shit. I'd still do the subconscious mind. And then I still look at my videos of the subconscious mind, and I don't believe that it's good enough yet to be like put out because I'm still working on some stuff. So you come on and come through, mama, because we listen and we're here with you. If Antonio was here, I would tell him, this is why I love Thursday. This is it right here. There's a moment where we get this, and this is what I love. And I love the fact that we're doing it, like he says, without him, and things can go on. I bless God that it's happening today. So go on and come through, Miss Sandy. Go on through.
that's my plan. Because, like I said before, I'm like Tempest. I can't stay here, and I don't want. I don't want it to come with me. I don't want any of it to come with me. Whatever is not mine, it's not supposed to be mine. But what is mine, I want all my stuff. I don't want, I don't see me bargaining out because I want all my stuff. I'm 60, I want all of my stuff. I don't want to take no make believes. I don't want to take this half. I want all of my stuff. And I want what God has promised me. And I
Come
have
on, come through,
I
come
have
through,
to
come
stay
through,
here.
come
I
through.
have to.
Woo! Come through, give it all my shit. I want all my stuff. You damn right.
You
Come
know how
on, somebody almost walked off with all my stuff.
Amen.
You better.
Right.
Miss Sandy.
And that's how I feel. That's how I feel. And I've seen some changes in me, even with my children, that would not have happened. I remember one of the first things Antonio said to me, Antonio T. Smith Jr. He said to me, he said, sometimes you have to limit the time that you spend with people, even if they are important people, even if they are close to you. If they're not good for you, then you have to limit yourself. Now, that's something that I had to go through for years, because when God first started dealing with me about letting my children take care of their own, it was a fight for me and God. I was like, that's not about to happen, because no. But because I was able to get past that, when he said it, then it was like, that's confirmation for me to continue to move and allow them to do things on their own. Not to the limit of just completely walking away, because God never told me to do that. However, he did tell me that I need to stop doing a lot of things, which I have done and I wasn't able to do before. And I'm being honest. I'm just being honest. As a mother,
Go ahead.
grandmother, and a great grandmother, I wasn't able to do it because I could see what was going on when they weren't able to see. So for me to be told to just drop it and leave it, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But being here in this family, being here in this family with all the positive, all the suggestions that help me to fix my own auto suggestions. Because one seed planted can grow a tree. And from that one tree, especially if it's a tree that produces fruit, nuts, or vegetation, then it comes in more than one fruit, more than one nut. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that, and I see my growth, and it's like something new every day. Every day is something new. And even if there's stuff that notes that I have had, and I've had to do them again, and then I look and I say, oh, I wrote that down 4 times, but it's okay. I read all 4 of them again. I'm so grateful. Y'all don't even know. I'm not playing with this. This is real for me. Just thank you.
Nah, we thank you, Miss Sandra. We thank you. We are grateful for you, and thank you for your
Yeah.
transparency.
Gotta give you up on
Love
that,
you.
Sandy.
We
Yes.
love-
We love you very much. Yes. Good
Yeah.
job. Well
Yeah.
said.
Thank y'all.
Yes, it was. Like I said before, this is a safe place. What we discuss here stays here for a reason. You're not gonna hear us outside of this. Well, y'all know Miss Sandra said, because what is that gonna do? It's gonna trigger a thought, which over time is gonna go into her auto suggestion, and we may not ever see her pop up in here again. That's the power of your thoughts and your auto suggestion. Because again, like I was saying before Tempest politely dragged us.
You started. I picked up on your energy, okay? You started this.
But the damn with the dragon of the 2 of you, because y'all definitely tag teamed the hell out of us today, I must say.
I've been
Dang.
tag team. I've
It
been
wasn't
tag
playing
team.
either. It wasn't playing. But no thought, whether it is negative or positive, can enter the subconscious mind without the aid of the principle of autosuggestion. So everything in your subconscious went through your autosuggestion first. So every thought that you have solidified in your brain, if you are, and I'm going to say this only because Miss Sandra brought it up. If you're in an abusive relationship and you stay there, it's not because you enjoy it. Nobody enjoys that. It's because somewhere in your thoughts, it was delivered to your subconscious through your autosuggestion that this is all I deserve.
And see, and that is it right there. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. So like, oh my God, y'all just don't know. I bless God for every single one of y'all because I swear to God, I just want to jump. But the blessing of it is to hear from this morning, the call, because this morning call, it was so God. I bless God for all of you because I needed to have that conversation because then somebody in my house didn't understand the conversation. So I had the opportunity to break it down. And to break it down the best way that I could, I had to use the situation that we were in. And it was like, I was punching him in his face, but I was telling him about the whole pride of like just how it had to be, that the fate of everything. So for y'all to say this tonight, an auto suggestion, because that's what I've been thinking to my damn self. I'd be damned. And if I sit here and allow this to go on like this is me. And I'll be damned. This not me. So if y'all see me in the airport or something, talking about I'm on my way somewhere close by, just y'all tell me where I need to go. Like tell me the hotel or wherever I can go. Cause I think I'm leaving, y'all. I swear to God. I'm
We
just
got
gonna be
you.
gone.
We'll be at the airport waiting for you. Just tell us
Listen,
what
I
airport
swear,
you coming into.
he's like gone right now. I sent him to the store just because it's like he be listening and it's like, okay, I get it. But no, I don't. And so I'm glad that we're having this conversation because no, all the suggestion Lee says, I've been gone. And every day that I'm lying to myself is more of a lie that is having a problem. So this manifestation is not going to happen. Damn, I bless God for all of y'all. Thank you. Shit.
And you know what? I normally just sit on here and don't say anything.
Come on,
But
Stradivari.
But actually, to be honest, I have ripped up my whole entire house and packed everything that I have right now. And for some reason, I still don't know the reason why I did it. But my effort is even listening to this call is definitely telling me, I'm telling myself, yes, this is time. 4 years ago, I actually got put into this perspective of this is where I'm going to stay. This is where I am. But I was hurt so bad as I thought I was going to get married, everything. And I lost everything. The same time that I lost everything, my sister passed. She was only 1 year older than me. And my family, they asked me to pay for the whole entire funeral. She had funerals in 3 different states. I mean, I pretty much broke it broke me. And the COVID happened. I was like, oh my God, this is like the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And then I found you guys, and the discipline of my mentality actually kind of built up. And I was really happy that Adrian even put me on because I was like, I don't really have a family. I kind of have myself and building within myself and my friends. I'm like, all I do is use my friends as finding my happiness. But you guys put me into a happy place that I don't have to rely on other things. I don't have to rely on anything but myself to give myself the common goals that I really feel as though is right for me. And when Dr. Sugar say she want all her stuff, I want all my stuff too. But my mentality is to get rid of all of the old problems that I have and to start anew. So my thing is right now, all of these clothes that I'm throwing out in the trash with everything. I was weighing 310 pounds. Now I'm down to like 180, 190, 185. So my mentality of how my life is like, and I forgot to tell y'all, I hate wearing clothes now. It's like I would like to walk outside with just my shirt off just to show my body type deal. So my mentality of this is a new start for me, and it should be a new start for your mentality too, Dr. Sugar, that you're building yourself and you're making yourself who you are. and everybody around you is building on who you are, but it's you that's making yourself great. And it's you and the families that you have. Don't forget that we're all your family. Everybody here, one word can make you great. And one word that you gave to me is you want it all. And I want it all too, Dr. Sugar. I want everything that you guys are giving me, just your blessings of your words has built my mentality that I can go out there and do whatever and make whatever I want. So right now, yeah, I ripped up my house. Yeah, I threw out everything. My friends were like, you did what? Yes, I did. I even put a whole new roof on my house by myself with my own hands. So it's all about the mentality that I have. Because once I leave this place, whoever has it. But I'm going to leave it in a good place where my mentality is all great. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Sandy. I'm sorry, Miss Sandy. But I'm just trying to give you the understanding of we just building each other's family. This family has the growth to make everything of your perspective of actually what you want. So this book of building, grow rich, think and grow rich is actually thinking about yourself to grow your brain and grow your brand, grow yourself and make yourself who you are. The family that you have around you, it doesn't get smaller. It only gets bigger by the people you meet. And the ATS is one happy family. I really appreciate y'all just be talking to y'all. Because I mean, when she started crying and everything, I was like, I'm one of them people, like I was about to tear up too. Like, oh man, I'm so happy with her. Like, I want that, and that same energy that she has is the same energy that I'm thinking too. Like, yes, I don't know what's going on around me, but somehow I just woke up one day and just said, it's time to pack it all up. It's time to go. Like, there's nowhere else to stay but other than to just let things go. Like all that you had with you, all the problems that you had with you, don't have to have them problems anymore. You can just stop them right then and there. Stop thinking about the bad and only think about what you are doing to make yourself great. Like even today, a kid was walking around saying, I love him so much. Oh my goodness. And I'm a teacher. I'm like, who are you talking to? She was like, I love him. I love him. I'm like, who do you love? Who are you talking to? And then she pointed to me. I was like, oh wow. I didn't know I was that effective. So me affecting other children that are around me, I hope that I affect everyone that's around me and you, and to make each other great. I really love your building and all of your aspects of us building us to make us, because sometimes I am definitely on the same spectrum you're on. Like I hear y'all, but it's not clicking. This clicking, it is clicking. You just don't know that it's clicking. And somebody telling you that it's clicking, you're still not hearing it. That is basically telling you that it's working because you see something working, you just don't know what it actually is because you can't get a hand on it. You don't have to you don't have to grab it and see it. You're already receiving. So just receiving. And I thank you for giving me your energy because I'm in the same shoes you're in. I feel exactly the blessings that you have because you are blessed, Sandra. You are.
Thank you, Shutterbug. And I received that. I so received it. And it's just amazing to me to know that my forward is to make sure that the program that I have for abused women, children, and men, get them to feel where I am. Because just like you said, Deanna, I'm still working. I'm still moving forward. I'm still doing what I promised myself, and that was to be the better part of me, for those around me. So when they come around me and or they hear my voice, then they will feel the power that I have and to know that they have power too, which is why justice jury is so important because it deals with the energies that come from those stones. It's not make believe for me. This thing is for real. And I am just so, I can't even say the word because I know my face and my mouth is going to mess up when I try to say it. It's like a trigger. But y'all are phenomenal. I say that. And I'm just blessed. I'm blessed to be here. So I know that my thought process of asking God to bring me to a place where I would learn more and get further in my walk, not only with Him, but with the Spirit that helps me to do what I learn, what I know, because you can know something and then don't act on it. And then that's not doing you nothing. But I want all of it. I want all my stuff. I want all of it. I love y'all. I
We
love y'all. I'm
we
just
love
saying.
you, Miss Sandra.
Y'all have channeled that. I'm sorry. I am really coming to Texas. We about to put that shit on. Do y'all do theater? Because we about to put that on. Y'all have told me too many times. I have said this to myself, and Sandra's granddaughter has told me that this needs to happen. And for you to sit there and say that you want your stuff, you need your stuff. And it's time to get out there and get everybody's stuff back. Because the same energy that you going to go get it, you going to tell somebody else to go get it. And I swear to God, right now, people need to know, because we watching that shit. We watching our stuff walk away with other damn people, and they not appreciating our stuff. And it's like to the point where it is time to snatch it back. I'm telling you, Arshia started the thing almost 21 days ago for me. It was Arshia that said she wrote down a list of the things that she lost. And I have been trying to figure out, how do you write down that you lost everything? But damn it, if you said it tonight, I want it all back. And we gonna get our stuff back. Y'all better mark this thing down in the book. I'm trying to tell you shit. Monica, I'm watching your face right now, and all I say is, yeah, I hear you. I'm with you right now. Yeah. Shoot. Y'all better go ahead with yourselves now. Shoot.
Come on.
That's
Come on.
right.
You know what, Miss Adrian? We love you. We gonna snatch that back. We want all our we love you. Oh, we love you so much.
Yo, and you know what's funny, Grace? You started the damn thing, because if anybody knows anything about For Colored Girls, it started with the damn green. And the first thing I said this morning was, Grace, I love your shirt. So for us to end on somebody almost walked off with all my stuff, shit, that's all I can say. Let's go get this. All I can say is I'll be there, but then I have a birthday trip scheduled. So we have to wait until the birthday script to make the whole transition. But mark it on here, because yeah. Yeah. The stuff is happening.
Come on.
Ooh, I've been on this stuff, and this is right. Day 21, y'all. Y'all bet. I've been birthed. I've been birthed.
Won't allow you to stay.
Jesus.
Freedom don't come no other way but freedom. It don't come no other way. It's only one way it comes, through freedom.
And it's one of the scariest things, because I will do any and everything but do that, because I will always live off of somebody else. I'm a circumstantial person. I said that all my life. You know, I've never made a choice to do anything. I've always just lived in my circumstance and made it all right. And that is, so every time I hear Antonio say it, and every time I'll be like, damn, I know he's talking to me. Damn, I know he's talking to me. Because I will take any circumstance, whatever it is, and make it the best. But I'll be damn, I'm tired of living like that. I'm tired of living like that. I can go get what I want because it's mine. Jesus, it's going to be beautiful too. It's going to be mind blowing, because I can use every single one of y'all. Every single one of y'all in this block can get a color. We could do this thing, because Asante Shange say that we have our own literal right to do whatever we want to do with her play. And I'm telling y'all now, I love this so much that we going to do this. This is going to be great. Thank you, Miss Sandra, because I'm telling you, that was it. you came all the way through. And it's about an abuse, and it's not abuse because I can get any and everything that I want. So I look crazy by walking away. I would look crazy by walking away, but I'd be damned. My Lord, Jesus. Y'all better go ahead. I just took the man to the store for some ice. I don't know. Just go to the store real quick because this is getting good. I just knew it was a drugging going on, and I'm like, I need to stop doing drugs. But this is a drugging for me today. Shit.
Cracking.
Come on. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Miss Sandra. Thank you, Miss Adrian. Wow. I appreciate all of y'all because we wouldn't be here. Thank you, Stradivari, for your transparency as well. You know, and if when you ready, just come on, hop on the plane too. Somebody be at the airport waiting for y'all. somebody will come get you.
Can I tell you something?
Yes, ma'am.
This real talk. I'm not trying to be funny. So about maybe 6 years ago, no, 7 years ago, there was a situation that happened in my family. And I moved to Charlotte. So when I moved to Charlotte, anyway, I moved to Charlotte and I was like, I got to do what I have to do for me. And I was in the shelter. And that's why when Michelle was talking about it, I was unthreaded because that's where I was and I knew it. I knew that feeling that she was talking about. So while there, I got approached about, because someone heard me reading what I had written for my program, and I got approached to share that information with some of the people that had been going through in the shelter. So in going through what was given to me to give to them, they got free. The joy for me is seeing them get free, but I got free more with them getting free. So it was amazing. So DD Jakes came on. I was working late. I would get home. I would get back to the shelter like about 1. So I turn on TD Jakes and I'm listening to him. And he says, well, if you're going to come to Texas, if you need, if you know that your food is in Texas, if that's where you're going to get fed, then that's where you need to be. So when I heard about Antonio T. Smith Jr., when I was introduced by Dolores, she said, I know that you will enjoy this because of who you are. So I'm listening, and then he starts saying where y'all are. And I'm like, darn if this is. So I just thought that was just interesting that would be happening. So I just wanted to share that. That's like, wow. Like,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That sounded like you was gonna meet us at the airport or something. That's what it sounded like.
it's coming. It's coming. I believe it. I believe it. I stand on that because no matter what happens, I have to follow what God tell me to do. I have to go where he tell me to do. I have to go where he tell me to go. That's fact. And foremost, because he runs my life, I don't. He saved me. I didn't save me. He saved me. He stopped me from getting killed. Several times I done had people roll up on me and fire a gun straight in my face, and the gun jams. And the people that are firing the gun, the two people are having a conversation of What the heck just happened? That never happens. Why would that happen? So, I mean, I have to do what he say do. So when he say move, guess what? Dun, da, da, da. I'm on my way.
Come on, come on. But before we close it out, I want to leave y'all. Again, thank you, Stradivari. Thank you, Miss Sandra. And thank you, Miss Adrian. I want to leave y'all with the formula for developing the principle of auto-suggestion. And I did put them in chat for you as well. So the first one is go into a quiet spot. Maybe your bed at night, your war room if you've seen the movie, the upper room, wherever you go there. Close your eyes and repeat aloud so you can hear your own words, the written statement of the amount of money you intend to accumulate, the time for its accumulation, and a description of the service you intend to give in return for the money. And as you carry out these instructions, see yourself already in possession of the gold. So what does this do? Because we talked about earlier how you put into your auto suggestion based on your 5 senses. So if you're saying it out loud, that's hearing and speaking. That's hearing. Then what you're doing is you're seeing it because you have to read it. So you have to see it. So that's hearing, that's seeing. And then you're going to imagine yourself in possession of it. So that goes into your thought process. Because what that's going to do is solidify. Because remember, no thought can enter the subconscious without the aid of the principle auto suggestion. So if you keep repeating that thought over and over again, it's going to solidify into your auto suggestion. And if you put yourself there, now you're feeling yourself collecting this money or collecting this positive mindset or collecting this prosperity, this happiness, this joy, this man, this woman, whatever it is, you're going to feel yourself collecting it. And the more you speak it and the more you hear it, the more you hear your own voice say something and it's attached to the emotion that I'm going to get it, the more it starts going through the thought process into your auto suggestion, then into your subconscious. And so here's an example. By the first day of this, I will have in my possession this much money. You know what? By the first day of January 2022, I will have in my possession $147,800,000, which will come to me in various amounts from time to time during the interim. In return for this money, I will give the most efficient service of which I am capable of rendering the fullest possible quantity and the best possible quality of service in the capacity of serving Antonio T. Smith Jr. and the members of ATSGR companies. I believe that I will have this money in my possession. My faith is so strong that I can now see this money before my eyes. I can hold it in my hands. It is now awaiting transfer to me at the time and in the portion that I deliver the service I intend to render in return for it. I have a plan by which to accumulate this money, and I will follow that plan with a burning desire and unwavering persistence, regardless of obstacles. Speak that into your life. Write that out for yourself. Because what I just told myself is I'm willing to die for this $147,800,000, which I lie because I have moved it up to 2.5 trillion because that's what Antonio did. So if he gonna believe for 2.5 trillion, I know that's going to the business and him. So if I believe for 2.5 trillion, that's 5 trillion coming into the household. I'm not playing with it because what we not gonna do is not support each other on this. Because if I got 2.5 trillion coming in and he got 2.5 trillion coming in, guess what's going out to my friends?
Watch yourself now, okay?
I'm just sitting there. I'm shaking my head. I'm saying, girl.
Do that. It's in the chat. Out everything and write it out for yourself. Say it to yourself. Believe. Because when I tell y'all, when I to say
Can y'all put it in the? Can y'all put it in? So, I'm sorry, I can't get the chat. Grace.
Oh,
hook me up, hook me up,
no
Grace.
worries. Here, Grace. I'm gonna send it to you in line app, Grace. If you can go and hook up Sister Adrian for us.
It's like you had like flipped into something like, cause I got some of it on my burning desire, right? So I had it, but then you went somewhere and you like twist your neck and then you got like a hada and a hada. I'm thinking, damn, I need all that. I need to write all that down. Were you reading that shit? I'm thinking, damn, I want all of that. And this is said by a certain day, I'm gonna have. I said,
They can hear you.
Well,
that is not in my list. That is not on my life.
I started off reading the example and I'm like, why would I read the example? Why would I read the example instead of just saying what I say? So that's why I was like, wait a minute. That's what I started reading. I'm like, no, man, we're not going to do this. Let me say it how I want to say it because I'm saying it for me. There is power in words. So why would I speak an example instead of speaking my truth? I got an auto suggestion I got to work on too. It took me a while to get to 147,800,000 and believe I could have that. But now, my mindset is, you know what, this 2 trillion sound real nice. Man, I could eat off of 2.5 trillion. That's a whole lot of street tacos, Tempest.
For those of you who have the book, the 6 steps are in the chapter called Desire.
Thank you, Doc. I was about to say Dr. Phil. Thank you, Mr. Phil. Thank you.
Oh, so Mr. Phil, it is the same thing? Because man, the way she read that, yeah, I need a copy of yours because I mean, I have that in there and it's written and I've been reading it and I'm thinking, okay, she's got the same thing I got, but then like I said, you got a and I said, no, I ain't got that. I ain't, she done went and got that. She took all that back. I like that. Woo, I felt it.
Man,
Got it.
Ride that energy like a typhoon.
Man, look, because now if I said it like that, and that's about imagine if you said that to yourself every day. You go like Tempest. Okay, so like Tempest was saying earlier, she was saying her affirmations, but she wasn't believing them. What you heard was me believing. That's what belief sounds like. Because like Tempest said, we've been doing this class for years. For years, we've been doing this class. And every year is something different. Every year, we have to retrain our subconscious mind. So when I tell you my auto suggestion every day, I got to retrain. Like every day, I got to work on it. What you heard, Miss Adrian, was me. What you heard was the fruit of a retrained subconscious through my auto suggestion. It took me a long time to believe that I was deserving of more than one comma.
Yana?
Yes, sir.
Not believe, you know. Turn your beliefs into know. You know.
I know. What you heard was me knowing that my bank account gonna have 3 commas in it. With hold on, wait a minute. Four commas. I had to do my math.
Good, because I'm still stuck on the number. I'm still stuck on the damn number she said. I'm like, what she said? What kind of number is that?
You want to know something? It used to be 142 billion. I don't know where the number came from. It was a random number that popped in my head. The 800,000 came from me getting paid $800 a day, because that's the price that I put on myself. But then I was like, you know what? I'm worth more than 800 a day. I know I'm worth more than 800 a day. And then Antonio kept saying 147. I was like, no, that's not my number. It's 142. And he just kept saying 147. I was like, no, that's not my number. It's 142. And he just kept saying 147. I got to the point, I said, you know what? Yeah, it's 147 billion. Go on and add the 5 billion on there. I'm okay with that. And one day he said, you know what? I'm not working towards billionaire anymore. I want to be a trillion. I want 2.5 trillion. I was like, you know what? I do too. I want that too. Can we get it? Let's go. Teach me. Because I know I can get it. I just need you to teach me how. Take all this stuff in my brain.
That part. Because I've always thought trillion. I got too many grandbabies not to think that.
And you know what, Miss Esther? I got one kid. But when I tell you, he gonna have taste like his mama, because he gonna want to go shopping. He gonna want to travel. And he gonna love to eat. He like to eat now. And he got a wife to take care of. That's an inside story, y'all.
Trust me, I know about it. I got two of those. They already married.
Look, my son told Tempest when he was 2 or 3 that she was his wife. So I got to make sure he can support her. And she got expensive taste. She deserved her mansion. She deserved to buy her own taco truck and have it sit in her mansion driveway. She deserved to buy a whole restaurant if she wants to. So I got to make sure he can do that.
Facts.
But when you know it's yours, when you know all, baby, Dawn, do this for mommy. When you know all your shit is yours, you can. That's how it come out. That is how it comes out. So Miss Adrian, no is yours. Miss Sandra, no is yours. Arshia, Wendell, Stradivari, Ashley, no is yours. Mr. Phil, Miss Susan, no is yours. You know, we don't have to say that too much to Mr. Phil and Miss Susan because they teach us. Monica, Grace, Tempest, no, it's yours. Go to war for it. Fight for it. Put on your combat boots and get in the dirt. Because it's yours. Once you train the thoughts, once you train how you talk to yourself, then you start putting different things into your auto suggestion and you'll completely change your subconscious mind to where prosperity naturally is a thought for you. Mansions are naturally a thought for you. 5 commas in your bank account are naturally a thought for you. Hopping on a plane and flying to another country is like, going on a shopping spree and just swiping your card without sweating first is like, It is yours. You are enough. You do deserve. We just have to work on what we tell ourselves. And once we can get through that, once we can work through our auto suggestion, anything is possible. You just got to talk to yourself differently.
I just want you to know you stored that up from this morning, because if we were to talk to ourselves, what would we be saying? But I am this, I am that, I am this. So that's exactly what that's all about. Amen.
Go. And look, it's not easy. Tempest said the greatest thing on earth. She said, we take it 1 year, we get the revelations, and we grow. And we come back again Like, dang, I gotta retrain my subconscious mind all over again. So now I gotta work on my auto suggestion all over again because now I gotta raise my ceiling again. It happens all the time. So it's not a one-time deal. I was reading a book by John Maxwell. He said it's a lifestyle.
It's a life. It is a lifestyle. I can't stay. I can't. I have to go higher. It's just no way I can stay in the same place. It's impossible because I don't grow. I don't grow, and I have to grow. I have to grow. I can't stay because people coming behind me, and if I stay where I am, then I'll be stepped on, and I can't be stepped on because I'm more than a rug. I can't be. It cannot be. It cannot be. So I have to. I so understand that. Oh my God.
And go ahead, Mr. Phil.
I first read Think and Grow Rich 49 years ago.
You know what, Mr. Phil? I'm gonna say it for Deanna. You and your gut punches and stuff. You stay sucker punching somebody. Damn, 49 though. Damn. Oh my God.
You're reading that book longer than I've been alive, and that would
I ain't
explain.
even made it 49 yet. You know what I'm saying? I think he got us off. That was like, oh.
Would explain a lot. And if y'all have ever noticed, Mr. Phil is always calm. Even Miss Susan, they could be going through the worst of the worst of the worst. And they still calm. That's
You have
because
no idea.
That's 49 years. Go ahead, Miss Susan.
I said, you have no idea sometimes. Yeah. You know, and Think and Grow Rich, when we first met, that's I think the first week he gave me that book. First week we met, Think and Grow Rich. Read it.
I know that's right, Phil. He said, wait a minute, babe. I think I like you. I need you to read this.
Right? Like, look,
that's why he's been reading it for 49 and they've been actually doing what they needed to do for 38 because Susan read it and got it. And Phil's been still trying to read it.
It's 40 years. It's 40 years. 40 years. We met 40 years ago. We started Humor Consultants 40 years ago, and we got married 39 years ago on the same day we met.
Aww.
On 7/11.
7/11.
Not at the 7/11.
Happy late anniversary.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Shows you how crazy I am. I go to 7-Eleven. I go, can I buy some of your cups? They said, why would you want to buy our cups? I said, I met my wife on 7-Eleven. We're going to be married at 7-Eleven. I think it'd be nice to have the cups at our reception. They said, oh, you can have all the cups you want. So at our, I needed the cups because I liked it. I got them for free, which was an important issue back then. So our receptions, our cup said, oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. She still has one someplace. She saved one.
Yeah,
One of them
I still have one, and it came with us on this trip too. It goes every year, and we had a hot tub wedding cake with bubbling water coming out because we met at a hot tub party. Yeah, dry ice. We met at a hot tub party at a judge's house on a lake.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Are you ready for this?
We need a keynote on that. That whole thing.
You ready for this?
Tuesday.
We had a female minister marry us.
Come on.
Yep.
Oh, a female minister. Look at that. See, I told y'all they calm and collected because they've been doing this way before we was even, they've been doing this before we was thought of. And
So does that mean that y'all was traveling on your anniversary? Is that how that worked?
We were here on our anniversary.
Okay, because I was gonna say we missed it.
I don't know if we had furniture yet, but we were here.
That made it great.
We got some furniture delivered today. It was exciting. Some new things.
Awesome. Yay.
But the dining room table, it's really cool, but the glass broke in transit. So we got the whole set without the tabletop.
Oh
So
no.
hopefully they'll get it here before Chad comes.
Well, I am grateful because we learn a lot from you. We learned a lot from both of you. You know, first off, the fact that you've been married as long as you've been married. First off, because
First off,
I,
alone.
except for Grace's parents, I don't know of anybody else that has been married that long.
And guess what he wanted to do when we got here to this new house? He carried me over the threshold. He wanted to do that.
They're so romantic.
I couldn't believe it. He was so excited.
That is so awesome.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
imagine,
and then the other side of that coin is whenever she gets jealous, I look and I say, honey, whether you believe this or not, you're the only woman in my life. And I am doing the best I can to make you happy. And by your own account, I'm not doing very well, am I? No, you're not. I said, why would I want to piss off another one? I can't keep one woman in my life happy. Why would I want two women mad at me?
That's funny.
That
I
was
love
in the early years. That was in the early years when he was traveling and I'm barefoot and pregnant, you know?
I love it though. So and just imagine if either one of you hadn't read Think and Grow Rich, if you
Right.
hadn't gone through the process and worked out everything, and it worked on the auto suggestion, worked on the faith, you know, humor consult, we wouldn't have the pleasure of knowing Mr. Phillip and Miss Susan Sorrentino, or even knowing about the humor consultants.
that. Don't sound nice. That does not sound nice at all.
So y'all read Think and Grow Rich.
Yes. And
So-
share it with those you love and that are in your life.
So that 20 years from now, somebody looking at you like, you always stay calm. I've learned so much about you, only to hear, yeah, you know, we had some crazy moments, but we've been reading this book for 48 years and we got through.
And I'm amazed. It's when I speak, the Bible's the first book I hold up, and Think and Grow Rich is the second book I hold up. And I'm constantly amazed on how many people in the audience don't know the book. I would say anywhere between 5 and 10% know the book on an average. Now, there's some audiences where a lot of them know the book because it's part of their culture. But I'm absolutely amazed on the people that have not read this book, because they can't be serious about being an achievement in their life or making their life better. Because the book's a manual on how to be a good person. And therefore, by doing that, you get compensated for it.
Y'all heard what he said.
I was telling, sorry, didn't mean to.
No. Go ahead.
I was telling Grace the movie's on YouTube, The Think and Grow Rich, The Legacy. So it's on YouTube. I saw it 2 nights ago. It's pretty good. It's about 2 hours long. So I want to check that out.
I'm trying to show you something right here. I just picked this up because I'm putting our office together. Oh, it's not showing. Well, I got the background. I need to get the background gone. But I just picked it up literally right this second, and it says humor. Well, it says humor consultants founders see happiness as a choice. It was an article written about us.
Look at that.
And yeah, I just literally turned around. I'm like, I got another pile to do, and I picked that up. So I'm working on our office. There's a picture of us. We're actually coming out the top of our car because we had a convertible, but we were, you know, we thought it'd be funny to have us popping out of the top of the car. Where it is. There it is. There's me with short hair.
Wow.
So anyway, that was kind of fun.
Wow.
We've had a lot of great experiences.
Look at that.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. After all that. Sees happiness as a choice. Happiness as a choice.
That is so true. It's a
Yeah.
fact.
So
And this next decade is going to be my best. The 70s is going to be my best decade.
come on. Come on. This next decade gonna be the best for all of us. We with you. We with you, Mr. Field. We
Hey,
know it's gonna be the best. Ooh, go through the process, guys. Work it out. Before we head out, I'm gonna give y'all these last two. So the first one was go to the quiet spot, read out loud. The second one is repeat this night and morning until you see in your imagination the money you intend to accumulate. And number 3, place a written copy of your statement where you can see it night and morning and read it just before going to sleep or waking up until it's memorized. And these steps are auto-suggestion. So you write it, you read it so you can hear it, you feel it, and you do this morning and night until you know this is what it is. Ms. Tempest, do you have any final words for us on this evening before we close out?
My final words is to love yourself enough to have an auto suggestion that works in your favor.
Y'all heard what she said. Thank you all so much for joining us on this wonderful evening. As always, you can plant better. You can dominate. Good night, everyone.
Love you.
Love you more. Phil, love you more.
Thank you, Kiana. You did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
happy birthday.